Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1. We are reading the additional notes that Prabhupada has given to us in this chapter, explaining the meanings of different words in more detail. So continuing to read, Ramanujacharya sometimes accepts Baladev as a Shakti Avesh avatar, but Srila Goswami has explained that Baladev is an expansion of Krishna and that a part of Baladev is Sankarshan. So Lord Balaram, sometimes Ramanujacharya, he's saying that Balaramji is a Shakti Avesh avatar, but Jila Goswami is explaining that Lord Balaram, is an expansion of Krishna. For original form of Krishna, original form of God is Krishna. His first expansion is Lord Balaram. And then Lord Balaram, he expands as Sankarshan. So although Baladev is identical with Sankarshan, he's the origin of Sankarshan. Right? Balaramji, he's Sankarshan. But where is Sankarshan coming from? Balaramji. Therefore, the word Swarat has been used to indicate that Baladev always exists in his own independence. The word Swarat also indicates that Baladev is beyond the material conception of existence. So Lord Baladev, Balaram, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. There's no difference. The only difference is the color. One is Shyam Rang, one is white. And another difference is the mood. Krishna is in the mood of enjoying. And what is Lord Balaram's mood?
To serve.
Yes, that's right. But Lord Balaram's mood is to serve Krishna. That's why Lord Balaram is the Adi Guru. Original Guru is Lord Balaram. And the Guru is a representation of Lord Balaram, a representative of Lord Balaram. So Maya cannot attract him, but because he's fully independent, he can appear by his spiritual potency wherever he likes. Maya is fully under the control of Vishnu. Because the material potency and yoga Maya mingle in the Lord's appearance, they are described as Ekanamsha. Sometimes Ekanamsha is interpreted to mean without differentiation. Sankarshan and Sheshnag are identical, as stated by Yamuna Devi. O Rama, O great armed master of the world, who have extended yourself throughout the entire universe by one plenary expansion, it is not possible to understand you fully. So, prayers by Yamuna Devi, personification of Yamuna. She's praying to Lord Balaram. That it's Lord Balaram who's actually the Paramatma, no? See, when we see, oh, there's Krishna expands as Balaram, and all the expansions are coming from Lord Balaram. Shirodakshai Vishnu is coming from Lord Balaram, and Shirodakshai Vishnu is the Paramatma. So she's saying, throughout your entire universe, you have extended by one plenary expansion. This plenary expansion is who? Which plenary expansion of the Lord is expanding throughout the universe? Paramatma. So Paramatma. Hmm. Krishna is also saying that just with a spark of my splendor, I'm maintaining this entire universe. Saying, what? How much can I speak to you of my glories? So therefore, Ekamsha refers to Sheshanag. In other words, Baladev merely by his partial expansion sustains the entire universe. So how powerful is Lord Balaram? Mm. Is sustaining the entire universe. The word Karyarthe refers to one who attracted the pregnancy of Devaki and bewildered Mother Yashoda. These pastimes are very confidential. The Supreme Personality of Godhead ordered Yogamaya to bewilder his associates in his pastimes and bewilder demons like Kamsa. As stated previously, Yoga Mayam Samadhishat. To give service to the Lord, Yogamaya appeared along with Mahamaya. Mahamaya refers to Yaya Samohitam Jagat, one who bewilders the entire material world. From this statement, it is to be understood that Yogamaya, in her partial expansion, becomes Mahamaya and bewilders the conditioned souls. So, where is Mahamaya coming from?
From Yogamaya.
Yes, Yogamaya. Durga Devi is an expansion of Radharani. Uh, So, in other words, the entire creation has two divisions, transcendental or spiritual and material. Yogamaya manages the spiritual world, and by her partial expansion as Mahamaya, she manages the material world. Right? This material world is being managed by Durga Devi, Mahamaya, and the spiritual world by the internal potency of the Lord. Uh, the Queen of Vrindavan is Srimati Radharani. So Yogamaya and Mahamaya. As stated in the Narada Pancharatra, Mahamaya is a partial expansion of Yogamaya. The Narad Pancharatra clearly states that the Supreme Personality has one potency, which is sometimes described as Durga. Okay. The Brahma Samhita says, Chayeva yasya bhuvanani bibharti Durga. Durga is not different from Yogamaya. When one understands Durga properly, he is immediately liberated. For Durga is originally the spiritual potency, Kladini Shakti, by whose mercy one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily. So we are trying to understand now this whole world. We are so illusioned by Maya. We are so much attracted by Maya Devi, but her potency, by her illusion that she creates. But where is she coming from? She's coming from the spiritual energy, Kladini Shakti. Radha Krishna Panaya Viriktir, Kladini Shaktir Asmad. The Mahamaya Shakti, however, is a covering of Yogamaya, and she's therefore called the covering potency. By this covering potency, the entire material world is bewildered. Yaya samohitam jagat. In conclusion, bewildering the conditioned souls and liberating the devotees are both functions belonging to Yogamaya. So from Krishna's point of view, it is one energy. Now this energy works in two ways. She helps us remember Krishna. She helps us forget Krishna. The choice is ours. What do we want? And she helps us remember Krishna. She is Yogamaya. Helps us forget Krishna. That is Mahamaya. Hmm. But this Yogamaya in Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, how does she act? She, she, she makes the devotees forget that Krishna is God. Now, why does she do that? Just so that they can have loving pastimes with Krishna. Just so that Mother Yashoda can feel so much anxiety. Oh my God, if I don't feed my son, he's going to die. If I don't discipline him, he's going to become a thief when he grows up. This kind of loving relationship would not be possible if she kept thinking, oh, my son is God, whatever, he can just manage. He's God, right, by himself. He'll just eat food by himself. And why do I need to discipline him? He's God anyways. So, but she's covered by Yoga Maya. That Yoga Maya covers from her the knowledge that Krishna is God. So she can. So her Madhurya, her love for Krishna, that is what is the focus. Transferring the pregnancy of Devaki and keeping Mother Yashoda in deep sleep were both done by Yogamaya. So they both fell asleep. Mahamaya cannot act upon such devotees, for they are always liberated. But although it is not possible for Mahamaya to control liberated souls or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, she did bewilder Kamsa. So Mahamaya acts on us, conditioned souls, not on the liberated devotees. The pure devotee, they are under the shelter of Yogamaya. They're not under the control of Mahamaya. The action of Yogamaya in presenting herself before Kamsa was the action of Mahamaya, not Yogamaya. Yogamaya cannot even see or touch such polluted persons as Kamsa. So when Kamsa saw, oh, eighth child is a girl, that he saw is Durga Devi. In Chandi, in the Markandeya Puran, 11th chapter, Mahamaya says, during the 28th Yuga, in the period of Vyavastha Manu, I shall take birth as the daughter of Yashoda and be known as Vindhyachal Vasini. Vindhyachal Vasini. So the distinction between the two Mayas, Yoga Maya and Mahamaya, is described as follows. Krishna's Ras Leela with the gopis and the gopis' bewilderment in respect to their husbands, father-in-law, and other such relatives were arrangements of Yoga Maya, in which Mahamaya had no influence. Right? So Mahamaya, she acts on us, bewilders us, puts us in illusion, makes us forget Krishna, makes us think we are the rulers of this world. Whereas Yogamaya, she bewilders the devotees. So the devotees have beautiful, loving pastimes with Krishna. And that the Mahamaya can never touch the devotees. Is that okay? This
Yes.
sorry. This understanding and functions of the two Mayas.
Yeah.
Okay. The Bhagavatam gives sufficient evidence of this when it clearly says Yoga Mayam Upashritaha. On the other hand, there were asuras headed by Shalva and Kshatriyas like Duryodhan, who were bereft of devotional service, in spite of seeing Krishna's carrier Garuda and the universal form, and who could not understand Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This was also bewilderment, but this bewilderment was due to Mahamaya. So there were so many, they saw, no, the universal form. Duryodhana is there, Shalva, there were so many Kshatriyas, but they couldn't understand Krishna. It seems they saw Garuda also. They couldn't understand that Krishna is God. They covered. Which Maya covered them?
Mahamaya.
Yeah, Maya covered them. Therefore, it is to be concluded that the Maya which drags a person from the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Jara Maya, and the Maya which acts on the transcendental platform is called Yoga Maya. So what, the Maya which brings us closer to Krishna, Mahamaya. And then, I'm sorry, brings us closer
Yogamaya.
to Krishna is Yoga Maya, sorry.
Yogamaya.
And takes us away from Krishna, that's Mahamaya or Jaramaya. When Nanda Maharaj was taken away by Varuna, he saw Krishna's opulence, but nonetheless he thought of Krishna as his son. Such feelings of parental love in the spiritual world are acts of Yoga Maya, not of Jaramaya or Mahamaya. This is the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Nanda Maharaj saw that how opulent his son was. That Varun Dev is offering him prayers, bowing down in front of him, with so much awe, reverence. So Nanda Maharaj, then he could have realized, right, that my son is such a great personality. He's got so many things happen. Killing of Putana, carrying Govardhan. But always the Brajvasis would say, this is our Krishna, this is our Lala, this is our Nanda Gopal. They never thought, oh, this is the Lord, Supreme Lord Himself. So Yoga Maya covers this so that there can be such nectarian pastimes, such nectarian leelas.
Hare Krishna. So
Hare
Jara
Krishna.
Maya is also the same as Mahamaya.
Yeah,
Another name, is it?
yeah, another name. Yeah. The Maya which drags a person from Supreme Personality is called Jaramaya. It's another name for Mahamaya.
And
Sure.
also, like the Chaturvyuha, that four expansions, right?
Uh-huh.
Come from Balram, Sankarshan, Anirudh. So we can also say Anirudh is Balram, is it? Like
Uh,
Pradyumna,
They're all
Vas.
coming from Balaram. So they're all expansions or plenary expansions of Lord Balaram.
Like how we say Sankarshan is, right?
Balaram.
Balaram.
Yeah.
So do we
You
say
mean
the same?
where they are expanded from? Actually, the exact order is it. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Balaramji, yeah, we can say that. We can, in one sense, because they're all coming from Lord Balaram. Yeah. Anirudh, Pradyumna, Sankarshan, and Vasudev. Expansions are they are all coming from Lord Balaram. So yeah, we could. Yes.
So Vasudev, that means Devki's husband,
Yes.
Vasudev. Okay, not
Vas-
Vasudev,
My
because
bad.
Vasudev is
The Chaturvyuha has Vasudev. My bad.
Vasudev, right?
Yeah. Chaturvyuha has Vasudev.
So
Yeah.
that is the Lord Himself. Yeah, Vasudev, we say.
Yeah.
Krishna. Okay.
Yeah. Shurasenamscha, the son of Kartavirya Arjun, was Shurasen, and the countries who ruled were also called Shurasen. This is noted by Sanatan Goswami in his Vaishnav Toshani commentary. Kartavirya Arjun. We had heard, right, that he fought with Ravan also. Earlier
Yeah.
we had read. His son is Shurasen. In regard to Mathura, we find this quotation, Mathyate tu jagat sarvam, Brahma jnanena yena va, tat sara bhutam yat yasyam, Mathura sa nikatyate. When a self-realized soul acts in his transcendental position, his situation is called Mathura. In other words, when one acts in the process of Bhakti Yoga, he may live anywhere, but actually he lives in Mathura, Vrindavan. So the Bhakta, the pure devotee, is always in Vrindavan. Mm. This is a statement in Vaishnav Toshani. Sanatan Goswami is explaining. So the Krishna conscious temples are actually Vaikuntha, Vrindavan. Devotion to Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is the essence of all knowledge, and wherever such knowledge is manifested is called Mathura. Also, when one establishes Bhakti Yoga, excluding all other methods, one situation is called Mathura. So, where the knowledge of Krishna has been given, that is Mathura. It is manifested, we can see everyone is working to please Krishna, that is Mathura, Vrindavan. Yatra Nityam Sanihito Hari, the place where Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, lives eternally, is called Mathura. So the Lord is eternally living. Now we may say, I went last week to Vrindavan. I didn't see Krishna there. But He's always living. He has unmanifested pastimes which we cannot see. We don't have the spiritual eyes to see as yet. But Krishna never leaves Mathura. The word Nitya indicates eternality. The Supreme Lord is eternal and his abode is also eternal. Golok eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta. Krishna always living. Krishna is, he never dies. He's eternal. We may think, okay, Krishna Janmashtami, he was born 5,000 years ago and then he died after some age. No, Krishna lives eternally in Golok Vrindavan. That's his home. Golok Vrindavan is also eternal. Yeah. We, the spirit souls, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are also eternal, always existing. Although the Lord is always stationed in his abode, Golok Vrindavan, he is present everywhere in fullness. This means that when the Supreme Lord descends to the surface of the world, his original abode is not vacant, for he can remain in his original abode and simultaneously descend upon Mathura, Vrindavan, Ayodhya, and other places. He does not need to descend. Since he's already present there, he simply manifests himself. So we may think 5,000 years ago Krishna came to this planet Earth, to Vrindavan in India, and so in Golok Vrindavan, he was not there. Like us, or we are traveling from Taiwan to India, so we are not in Taiwan anymore, we are in India. So we may think Krishna is also like that. From Golok, he came to the earth, so he's no more in Golok. No, Krishna is everywhere at all the times. And so he simply has to manifest or unmanifest himself. He's everywhere. And he always is in Golok Vrindavan. That this is the inconceivable potency of the Lord. We may think, but I'm not able to do that. How is God able to do that? Well, that's the difference between God and us. And the Lord's potencies are inconceivable. How he can do that? We can see a magician can also expand himself 8 times. Right? So then why God cannot expand himself unlimitedly? Be at everywhere at all the times. Any comments? Question? It's all okay?
Yes.
Okay. So stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening and joining us on this